Okay, this will be just answering questions for WebTech. I'm doing this for two reasons. One, this is the second take and I have a toothache, more like a jaw infection. Number two, I'm aggravating people apparently because I exist. Not just on the internet, in real life. So I'm going to cover the last question I tried to answer before I got interrupted, and we'll get this done. On a shooting that happened in Texas, apparently there were two of them. There's a set of assertions about them. I'm going to read them and respond to them. El Paso, no carry law. Multiple witnesses claim 3 or 4 shooters. Okay. As I said in the video you're responding to about something I think is actually a different shooting. In the first few hours of anything that happens that scares people and gets on the news, people post the information they have. It's not always accurate. And you could have multiple shooters or just one. What people don't understand is the rest of this person's statement is designed to either A, prove that that person posting this should not have a gun, or B, try to convince you that everybody shouldn't have a gun. Have you ever wondered that maybe these conspiracy theorists are just trying to make it to where everyone really believes if you own a gun that you shouldn't have it? The NRA does not, under any conditions, call these assholes out for being crazy people with guns. They should. They should vilify them and mock them. First claim is it's a drill. Why are these staged events are in no concealed weapon places? You didn't specify how you said that, so you're asserting El Paso is an area that has a specific characteristic that is always used in these staged events that are mass shootings. And of course, that's not accurate. It doesn't match up with anybody. It doesn't match. That's an overgeneralization so that someone will mention it so that you know that they're going to make that assertion or say what I just said so that you can have your really quickly ready cut and paste to respond to it. You're probably sitting there going, you know, like a video game, you're going to whip out the BFG 9000 here. In Texas, citizens would kill the crazy nut. Imagine you being at Walmart and everyone starts screaming and yelling, "Shooter, run, run." If you, a follower like many people, you're going to believe what you're told, not seeing anything. The news media is in on the event along with the police, crisis actors. Answer me this way, did all the videos of just normal victims just telling you what they saw get taken off YouTube? Okay, now here we go again with this thing. All generalization. Okay, so I didn't look into this one. You're posting on a different video about a different subject, and I already responded to some of your assertions ahead of time because I knew what everybody was going to do as soon as this happened. So let's go on to the next one. My video showed Shandy Hook Nom at El Paso. Here we go again with if two people look even remotely alike, they have to be the same person. Everything's a crisis actor. Something dark side. The shooter being arrested in his car showed citizens raising their hands over their heads in single file line walking out of the mall. Not one goes to the vehicle, but stand in long lines saying they're donating blood. Not one person or ambulance or blood anywhere. Beto claiming the shooter made a manifesto claiming he was going to kill Mexicans in El Paso because the shooter hates Mexicans. Oh, you're talking about the actual mall shooting X number of days ago. It was at the mall, where there's a bunch of witnesses and there's video that shows he did it. Okay. Then Beto laughing as if he was sad about this event on TV. Okay, Google illuminate backwards. You mean to tell me a guy that Walmart has only a cartoon picture of with different pants on, and every news station had different pictures of the shooter? So the shooter drove 10 hours, meaning he left 1 a.m. in Dallas to arrive in El Paso at 10 a.m., put this on the internet 10 hours saying he was going to do what he was going to do. Google illuminated backwards to kill Mexicans. Changed pants to surrender to police at the Hooters parking lot in his car. Wake up and go to any Walmart. There are Mexicans at every one, just saying. Okay, well, you guys can decompress this guy. I'm not gonna get out the air pump and stick it. What's it? Love Spanish citizens, work with them every day. Just remember El Paso, Dayton, Odessa. All these shootings happen in no carry zones. Okay. All shootings happen in no carry zones. Okay, that's your assertion. And if any of them don't happen that way, then you'll just say, okay, well, that's part of the conspiracy and plot too, right? Okay. So we'll get on to the next. I'm really exhausted from today. Let's get to something slightly more entertaining. I had a video, the video we're talking about, and someone tried to take it down. And I didn't know why. But a bunch of people decided to gloat later on, saying that they got my video taken down because they flagged it. So I posted, "You failed to erase this video," to the one who seemed most likely to be leading them. I win. So the person said, another person totally unrelated, not the same channel, not a copycatter, "Do you just copy and paste this sophomoric response?" Actually, no. It's my sophomoric response. I'm proud of it. "You are far too old to be this immature." Did you just presume my temporal dimensional occupation point? Age? Thanks for noting that I'm an old fart and I shouldn't act like a little kid. What I did was I told somebody who did actually make an assertion that he was responsible for getting the video taken down, that he failed. You failed to erase this video, so I win, because I got it put back up. Because YouTube actually, even though they won't admit they made a mistake and they fixed it. Yeah, color me surprised. And the guy who made the assertion originally and is being an asshole, still is a black neo-Nazi racist shit. Maybe he was mad because of that video I posted. I don't care. So let's move on. This is a really big flagging. There's a reason Waptick's video popped to #1 on the YouTube algorithm. The talking points are benign. This video is controlled opposition, complete drivel. My video was trending and YouTube shot it down. Thank you. I owe that asshole, neo-Nazi black guy, an apology. He didn't take it down. YouTube took it down because it was trending again. At least they didn't kill off the entire channel this time. Last time I trended, they shot the channel down because I told people that David Hogue is not a crisis actor. Because that fucking made sense to them to shoot that video down. I mentioned that in the response to them, that the last time you did this, it was because I said David Hogue isn't a crisis actor. So you're going to take this one down when I'm telling people, literally, I'm reading the fucking news and warning people that the information is going to change because nobody really knows anything. All the news agencies at the time I even said this were getting things mixed up. They had the numbers wrong and they didn't know what was going on. Because the person who did the shooting that I was talking about got out of one car and hijacked another GTA style and kept shooting. Waptick is controlled opposition, but a benign controlled opposition. I might use that for the video title. The Texas shooting, both of them, were poorly acted and scripted, and then he misspells the word hoaxes, I think. Most mainstream media outlets declared multiple shooters, but the lies eventually were told. But it did look like multiple shooters, and what of it? The fact is this is what bothers people, and this is the tacit thing they're avoiding. A person with a gun with enough magazines can kill a lot of people. A group of people stumble over each other unless they coordinate and act like a military unit. So what we can learn from this is most of these mass shootings really are easier to do by just one person because they can't even get into the goddamn army. Because they can't coordinate their ass from a hole in the ground enough to get into even a pair to do it most of the time. The largest number of people involved in these mass shootings that I've seen so far have been 2 people. That's the next demographic. It's like 1 out of 20. The rest of them are all single-person shootings. Usually it's a person shooting because it's more effective. And that's what scares people who are paranoid or acting like paranoid gun owners. You notice these people always do the same thing: crisis actor, false flag, blah, 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 staged event. They always use the same verbiage. What did you say? I cut and paste my sophomoric responses and poorly acted and scripted? I think you're poorly acted and scripted because you want to make everybody on the planet think that gun owners and gun right activists in the United States are all conspiratorial assholes like you. You ever notice that these comments are always so formulatic? And they always try to bait you into saying something they can predict so they have the answer fast? El Paso and Odessa are hoaxes. Misspelled again. You know that I'm going to point out the misspelling. I think it's misspelled. There is zero evidence that either happened. Now, this is the ultimate contrarian statement. Say something that is absolutely not true. There's plenty of evidence they happened. But if you just say there's zero evidence, then you put people on the defensive and they have to prove. I don't have to prove shit to you. You have to prove that they didn't happen. You can't. But I mean, I'm just sitting here in Portland. I wasn't anywhere near any of this. You weren't anywhere near it either, most likely. We're in distraction season, football season, duck season, rabbit season. Shooting just occurred at a football game. Okay. Bullshit. Okay. Nobody was there at a football game. Perfect place to put actors in. How? They'll start one or more shootings and start working on laws on the state level, then distract with football or some other tragedy. You have a bad football team in your town, and or a storm or whatever. Ah, HARP. Yes, let's throw some more crazy on the fire to put up red flagged logs. So you're saying the storm was arranged to distract people from something. The key here is to pay attention to the laws on the state level that will be passed by next year. Ask all the law-abiding citizens in New Jersey that are now felons for owning something that nobody ever has business knowing they own. This is a nice loop-de-loop here, thank you. Let's continue. This isn't, could be two shooters, false flag. This is everything is tied together and there are obvious signs and symbols in every event, and whoever's doing all this is laughing at the stupid faces, at our stupid faces. No, just yours. Knowing that we'll fall right for it because we're effing idiots that believe anything on TV. No, you're the fucking idiots that believe everything on the internet that you're told so that you can go repost this everywhere because you literally have nothing better to do. A psychologist in the 70s once said that if you display a certain reality on television over and over again, people will think it's actually real or reality. If you tell a lie, tell it often, and tell it with conviction, a lie becomes the truth. I'm badly misquoting the same person you are. I'm not going to mention who you're misquoting. I'll just look it up and put it below me. So the assertion is these shootings only happen in no-carry law areas. It's always a false flag. Just every meme. If you can't tell, I'm dealing with a bad tooth and probably a jaw infection by now. And I've had a really bad day being sick, and I was sick the day before yesterday. And these guys are depressing me by posting this bullshit. You're trying to convince people that the average gun owner reposts the same tired script that you've been using, saying the same shit. And I have to point this out, almost always the same order of statements. The cut and paste you're working with says, assert these things in the sequence because they build on each other and gain confidence and belief in your target. Propaganda from foreign countries trying to tell people in the United States to be scared of everybody in the United States. It doesn't matter if it's gun control or transgenderism or whatever you guys want to push. I don't believe any of you or any of these people posting this are in the United States. I don't believe any of you are Americans or care about our gun rights. I live in a country where I have a right to be able to make a gun and keep it and own it. And I can even go through the process and paperwork, be able to carry it if I want to. Or I can just carry it openly. I'm not going to build some stupid AR-15 to try to show everybody that I really have no penis. I'm going to be carrying something that looks like a conventional hunting weapon if I want to. Goodbye. Good luck with that. Thanks for watching.